All right, coming right back at you. Same t-shirt as the last video. That doesn't happen often. So obviously I'm filming these back to back because I want to knock a couple out here. All right, we are starting, well, kind of starting with the ends because I did, as I was pulling these out, as it always happens, found some M's that were not in the correct spot. So I have to finish these up here. So what did we find? Mannheim Steamroller. That actually makes 3 Christmas albums I have, and I know I bought this because of the version of Silent Night. It sounds fantastic. All right, I had some more of My Morning Jacket. I knew that when I showed that. So what is the hell the name of this one anyway? Evil Urges. Keeping on My Morning Jacket. The Waterfall. Z. All right, we got some Cajun rock here. Mamu, that is not being kept. That's a goner. Mallow, bought it for the song. You remember from the 72? Yeah, Suavecito. Remember that song? Played it on AM record, AM radio a lot. Gone. Goodbye. Mark Farner, 2 albums by Mark Farner here. Just Another Injustice and Some Kind of Wonderful. Mark gets a tad too religious here for me at this point of his career, so these are gone. Even though I am a Grand Funk Mark Farner completist, not keeping those. All right, now we move along to the ends. And the band Naked, can't remember what they sound like. Gonna have to give it a listen to. Natural Gas, saw these guys live in 76. Yeah, it's a horrible album cover, I know. Saw these guys in 76 with, it was one of those big shows held at, well, it was at Sportsman's Park on the south side of Chicago. And it was with Peter Frampton, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Yes, and Gary Wright. He's the Dreamweaver. And these guys also played, if you don't know who they are, they're a very poor man's supergroup. You got Joey Molland from Badfinger. You have Jerry Shirley from Humble Pie. And Mark Clark. I don't know if that's the same Mark Clark that he plays bass. Mark Clark played bass with Uriah Heep back in the day. Maybe the same. So that's a keeper. It's not a bad album. Okay, moving on to Nazareth. Get a 2 for here. We get their debut and... what's the other one called? Exercises. Yes. Keeping my Nazareth. Here are my 2 favorite albums by them. Loud and Proud and Razamanaz. And they followed it up with Rampant. Like that album too. I am not a fan of Hair of the Dog. But I keep it because there's some good songs and not Love Hurts. No. Expect No Mercy. And we get 2 more from them. We get Close Enough for Rock and Roll and Play in the Game. Keeping them. And we get Malice in Wonderland. I think this is, well, no, you know what? This is a good album. And then this is probably their last really good album. No Mean City. Then we get 2 Times. And we get Sound Elixir. 2 on here. I'm going to have to give those a listen if I'm going to keep them. Nazareth, 2 more again. We get The Catch and Cinema. And then we get another 2 for Snakes and Ladders and No Jive. And another 2 for Move Me and Boogaloo. And unless you are a hardcore Nazareth fan, I bet you didn't know that some of these albums even existed. And then The Fool's Circle. I think those are all keepers, but some of that Nazareth is iffy. All right, we got some trippy psych rock here. Nebula. And look at it, it's even called Heavy Psych. Keeping it. Here's some more psych for you. Neil Merriweather, Space Rangers. Oh, yeah. Is it this album that has it or not? Yeah. No. This is a very good album, but I think this is actually the better album. Kryptonite. That song, and then the 5th song, The Groove. Yeah. Give those a spin. Okay, this is a friend of mine, Neil Turk and the Intentions. Neil would record under a lot of names. And a lot of different looks. Here he is, Neil Turk, Any Intentions again, and this is called A Roll With It. He's going for a very 50s kind of rockabilly look there. Now we move on to, oh, these are way out of order here. Okay, doesn't matter. It's Nectar. I just got the expanded box set to this recycled, so that's gone. Magic as a Child. I think this is like 77, isn't it? Yes. Keeping it. Book of Days. Keeping it. I keep all my Nectar. You get two for here. Man in the Moon and Evolution. Then Journey to the Center of the Eye. I have the expanded box set of this coming. I think it's supposed to deliver this week. Sounds like this. I just got the expanded box set of this. Tab in the Ocean, so that can go. Remember the Future, which I think is their best album. I have the expanded to this, but I'm keeping this one because this is from Germany. I have to compare the sound of this to the new one. Down to Earth. I have the expanded box set of this coming. Yeah, they just put out a bunch of them within like the last year or so. Nectar, Time Machine, keeping it. Nectar, The Prodigal Son, tells you right there. File under progressive rock. Made it easy on you. Nectar, A Spoonful of Time. Nectar, The Other Side. Nectar, Mission to Mars. Actually, this is a pretty good album for one of their later day albums. This is 2024. That takes care of it. Then, kind of discovered by Paul Stanley. In fact, Paul Stanley, I know he produces the first album, New England. I have the other two albums they did on vinyl. I don't know if those ever came out on CD. I do have the big box set of the New York Dolls. It's kind of just a career thing. And it also has outtakes and live shows, but I'm still keeping the original. And also their follow-up, Too Much Too Soon. A lot of people like this more than the debut, but I still prefer the debut. Nick Gilder, you know him, Hot Child in the City. You get 3 albums on here. You get 2. It's City Nights and Frequency. 2 albums, keeping it. And then Neville Brothers and their album Yellow Moon. I'm keeping that. Moving on to another cranky man. There's a lot of cranky men in rock and roll now. Who you got? You got your Van Morrison, your Bruce Springsteen, your Neil Young, your Eric Clapton. They're all over 70 years old. They all know better than you do. Neil Young, Freedom. Neil Young, Harvest Moon. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night. Neil Young, Life. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. Neil Young, everybody knows this is Nowhere. Stars and Bars. I do love that song. What is it? Like a Hurricane? Yeah, fantastic tune. Comes a Time. Now, I like this album. A lot of people don't, but I like Everybody's Rockin'. You never know what you're getting with Neil. And I like this album, too. This Note's for You. Sold a lot of Budweiser. Okay, Mark Morris, if you're watching, you didn't realize that Michael Bruce had a solo album when I was in the M's. Also, Neil Smith of the Alice Cooper Group, his solo album, Platinum God. And there, Neil signed it for me, because he's that kind of guy. The Neighborhoods. I don't remember what they sound like, and you know what? I don't think I like them. And you know what? Just going by the looks of them, I don't think I like them. That's getting purged. New Radicals had that one big hit. You Get What You Give. Great pop tune. Oh my God. I am keeping the CD, even though I have it on vinyl. I'm keeping both of those. Nick Lowe. He's the Jesus of cool, you know. Keeping it. Labor of Love. Keeping it. Now this band, I'm probably only keeping 2 of their albums, and it's their first 2. Night Ranger, Dawn Patrol, and Midnight Madness. Yeah, that is them at their best. And I think everything else. Big Life, nope, it's gone. This is the deluxe CD edition of High Road, gone. Somewhere in California, nowhere in my house. Night Ranger, 7 Wishes, goodbye. That's it. Now, Nils Lofgren, the best guitarist in the E Street Band. He's better than Bruce. He's better than Stevie. His talent is wasted in that band, actually. He should get more time. So, self-titled. Then we have Cry Tough. He self-titled again. The first one self-titled? Yeah. Yeah, he did 2 self-titles. They're pretty quick, back-to-back. I Came to Dance. All these Nils are keepers. Wonderland. Does a great cover of what song by Bobby Womack on here, I think it is. What is it? It's All Over Now. Isn't that Bobby Womack originally? Can't remember. Flip. There he is doing his acrobatics. Because if you got to see him when he was young, he used to do a backflip on stage with his guitar. Silver Lining. Bruce joins him for a song on here. All right, moving on to Nine Stones Close. Really good progressive rock band. Nitsinger, as in John, out of Texas. Keeping that, good guitarist. Another side project of Steven Wilson, No Man. This is Schoolyard Ghost, keeping it. And another No Man, Flower Mouth, keeping it. Moving on, we got NRBQ. A lot of people love these guys. I guess they're like a good party band or whatever. They don't do much for me. This is the only one I have, and I think I bought it because of the opening track, Over Your Head, but it's gone. Now here's a band you don't know much about. I guess these guys would be classified as indie rock. This is I Am I, 1989. That's a keeper. And then I think this is the better album of theirs, Dream Another Dream. I've never bothered to look them up to see if they did more than these 2 albums, but I love this album especially. Now these guys I saw way back in the day at the Aragon Ballroom. Can't remember who they were playing with. And that is Nuts. Debut. I think that's 75. Or maybe even 74. Nuts 2, which I had to burn on the CD for myself from vinyl, because I don't think that one is available on CD. At least it wasn't. And then their follow-up, Hard Nuts. Gary, physical format. He always loves that when I show my nuts. All right. Noel Gallagher. You know him from Oasis. High Flying Birds. I saw him on this tour. Keeping that. This one I was a little disappointed in, Chasing Yesterday. But then I really like this one, Who Built the Moon? And then his most recent, I was not a big fan of either. I think this is when he's going through his divorce, I think. This is called Council Skies. So you know what, maybe he wasn't in the best frame of mind. We got some prog rock here, but this is really kind of soft prog rock. This is North Atlantic Oscillation and their album Fog Electric. Keeping it. And now we got your Italian prog rock. Like I said, when I showed them before, I think I showed an album of theirs in the Sam St. John black and white cover thingy thread. This is their album Scintilla, No Sound. Yeah, because it is very ambient. Afterthoughts. You might have a hard time with the guy's vocals. I'm fine with them, but No Sound, A Sense of Loss. Here's what I think is their best album. It's not a great name for the band, No Sound. And then this album they called Light Dark. Could have used that for the black and white cover too. Then we've got Soul 29. Not even sure what that means. I guess that's probably an address. And then I could have used this for the black and white thread too, because here is their album To the Core. So there you go. That's 100. And I am getting rid of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, actually 14 because there's 2 albums on that Mark Farner. So there you go. There you go. There you go. 14 out of 100. Those of you doing your math at home, that is 14%. Thank you very much.